I do. Glad I made a live today. Ari DeFerry, what's going on? Who are you? Do I know you? May Obi Sean, may the force be with you. That's creative. Obi Sean. All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Porn Coach, the Coach of Porn, here to talk about some of the important issues in life, like the question, is porn cheating? Sick Lizard says, is it okay if they are videos starring my mom? Invite yourself to consider why you might be wanting to watch videos of your mom. Maybe there's a story there, story beneath that. Fascinating. You decide whether it's okay or not. Let me know what you come up with. But that's interesting. All right, let me make sure my buttons are working. All right. So we're going to be live tonight for somewhere between 30 minutes to 67 hours. Thank you, Adam. And if you're new here, go ahead and give me a follow right now, because you're not gonna want to miss this content. Danielle, what's going on? If you're new, you're not gonna want to miss this content. Church is in session. Oh man, I love this. I just love this. I haven't done an evening live in quite some time now. It's been a couple of weeks, I think. I just wish, or I just couldn't like doing it 5 nights a week, TikTok live that is. That was catching up with me. I'm an old man. So anyways, but here we are doing an evening live. I had a bloody nose earlier, so hopefully I look okay. All right. I wish I could watch those kinds of videos with you. Unsubscribe from that comment. Oops, I accidentally just followed Danielle. Oh, well. I'll leave that. I didn't mean to follow you, Danielle, but I accidentally clicked the button. Hey, it's Daniela from Group. What's up? Nella Love 12, good to see you. Good to see you. Looking fresh. Yep, my wife said it's time for Austin to wear something other than black t-shirts. And so now I have a tan shirt. But it was time to refresh the fits, as the kids call it nowadays. All right, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about porn. We can talk about me if you want, but that'll get boring real fast. So if you want to come on here and share your story, maybe it's your personal story with dealing with unwanted sexual behavior, such as pornography or sexual addiction. Maybe you've been betrayed by a partner who just can't stop whacking it. They just keep watching porn and you're like, what's going on? Why are you doing this? It hurts me. You're not wrong. You're not crazy. It's not about you. Your partner's dealing with some sort of pain that they're trying to make go away by using pornography. So that's what we're here to talk about. If you want to come on as a guest, go ahead and hit the request button. Is the request button there? Chat. It's somewhere over here. Someone here. I'm reporting you, Poppy. Who are you reporting, Emmy? You reporting me? Who are you reporting? Why are we reporting people? What did I miss? Amen to my wife. What does that mean about my wardrobe? Absolutely, lusting over anyone else other than your spouse is cheating. Explain to me how it's cheating. All right, great. Seabass, I'd love to. I believe, if you're in a committed, monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul till death do us part. If you deviate from that agreement, whether it's by using a person on a screen or otherwise, I think it goes against the agreement and therefore cheating. That's what I think. I'm happy to hear disagreement. All right, easily yes, you should only be looking at your partner in that light. Yeah, I'm crying, that's so random. Reported, okay, someone named me. Is it still cheating if the videos involve consent? I'm I'm not even gonna finish reading the rest of that comment. Sick lizard. You are a sick lizard. Peaches, porn ruined my relationship. It was defo cheating. Dude, these comments, they get behind and then they just fly by. Hold on. It was defo cheating when cam girls and spending money started. That'll do it. Damn good thing I read AO3 instead. I don't know what that is. Callie and I were watching you on YouTube and the old lives. You look... What? I look what? Yeah, what? You look emo in my old... Oh, with the hair? I had long hair back then. Longer hair. What'd you think of those old lives? I should go back and look at some of those. He gives me dad vibes too. I'm a married woman who likes porn. Okay, Ellie, why is that? Peaches, my self-image has never been worse than when being with a porn addict. I had to go to therapy. Well, good for you for advocating for yourself. And I'm sorry you went through that and are going through that. OMG, my bad. First time ever seeing him, and I loved his energy. What is that? It's so hard to keep up with comments. Da-da-da-da-da, I feel like it's when you're in Telegraph groups. What does that mean? What if I'm in the video? That's not cheating, right? Why would you be looking at your own porn if you make porn? You looked emo in your old lives. Definitely cheating. I'm divorced because of porn. He chose a screen over me for over 2 years. He knew I was against it. Melanie, I'm sorry you went through that. That is really tough. I don't care if my husband watches it either, as long as it's not the same person over and over. Ellie, would you want to come on and chat? I'd love to talk to you. Hit that request button. Give me a follow if you guys are new here. If you haven't come across my content before. If you like it, follow button I think is up there. Maybe it's down there. I don't know. Pretty sure it's up there though. And if you don't like my content, follow me anyways. Come back and argue in the comments. It's really fun. Yes, Jesus said he looks at a woman lustfully, has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Yep, Jesus did say that. I think paying for it is definitely cheating. At this point, I just accept it. Yesy, why? Why do you just accept it? Yesy, you don't have to do that. You don't have to accept it. Here's the thing. Mainly to the women, you don't have to lower your bar to try to accommodate men who are continuously betraying you. You don't have to lower your bar. And I want to be very clear to men who are struggling with pornography. I have mad compassion for what got you in that situation in the first place. Okay, when I say women don't have to tolerate it, I am in no way shaming or condemning men for engaging in the behavior. That one of the quotes I used in my men's group tonight is, if a behavior didn't work at some point, then you wouldn't still be using it. There's a reason why people watch pornography. There's a reason why people watch pornography. I just realized I'm still recording. Hold on, I gotta stop this. You kind of look like Kirk, NGL. Well, thanks. I don't know. Travis Kaulis. What's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, bro. W's in the chat for all of our guests. We haven't even had a guest yet. Where are the guests? Let me try putting this thing up. We're gonna have the whole group here pretty soon. Love that. All right, do you guys see the request box now? There we go. All right, we're gonna bring a guest on. And again, if you guys are new here, give me a follow. My name is Austin, also known as Porn Coach. Talk about pornography. Stick around. You might just find it interesting, or not. If you don't, just leave. All right, hey there, what's going on?
Wait, your name is the Porn Coach?
Well, my that's not my birth name. My name's actually Austin, but my handle on TikTok is Porn Coach. Does that clarify it for you?
Wait, so what if I just want to be my fat horse chode?
Are you 18 or over?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't have a fat horse chode if I wasn't.
Okay. Chat, what do we do here? Do we troll the troll or do we just move on?
I'll just move on.
Okay. Yeah, you self-selected your way out of that one. Way to go, man. Way to go. Usually doesn't end well for the trolls. Hey there, what's going on? Rah, what's going on? Hello, Dot. How's it going? Name is Yankee Lover, but he's got a Pittsburgh Steelers icon. Sorry about your loss, man. Seriously. Devastating. Mike Tomlin. Krista, what's going on? Can you do the air horns one time? Just one time? Just one time? One air horn or multiple air horns? There you go, JP. All right, Yessie, what's going on? Hello. 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 Off to a great start here, people. Off to a great start. Thank you. You're welcome,
Yo.
JP. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, so.
Are you 18 or over?
Yep.
All right, cool. Is porn cheating?
I mean, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Why is that?
I don't know. I think guys would. I don't know. I think guys like to explore their I don't know, their darker side that they can't do to the love of their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trolling you. I swear. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I think.
I don't know what you're saying. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, like, I think some guys like certain things that they can never do to their significant other.
Okay. And so if
You know what
certain
I'm saying? Like in the sexual sense, like guys like
Okay.
what they like, but maybe their girls won't go for it, but they do some stuff.
Got it. So guys who
And they
might
don't
want to
wanna,
do
like, physically cheat.
guys who might want to do certain things
more-
to their significant other and they don't want to physically cheat, you're saying pornography is an acceptable alternative?
I mean, yes.
Got it.
Just, I mean, me and my girl get to it, but she thinks it's like not completely cheating, but it's in the realm of it, like micro cheating.
Micro cheating. So just like a little bit of cheating.
Yeah, because it's like it's not her and it's not like with her. You know what I'm saying? But
Got it.
there's some things that like I'm into that I could just never do to the love of my life. Like, it's a little bit more degrading. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. So, but you're not willing to like kind of really rid it from your life. You're just going to act it out through pornography?
I mean, I don't really watch porn a whole bunch. Just like, what? Read it out loud. All right. Oh, sorry. I was just reading someone's comment. Said something about.
Do you think the person in the background thinks we can't hear them?
No, I mean she's right next to me.
I know, it's obvious. Everybody knows.
Yeah, she sent me your live. So.
Okay. Is that your girlfriend?
Yeah. Or yeah.
Okay. Hi, girlfriend. How's it going?
I was just trying to get your thoughts on it, if you thought it was cheating or not.
Well, you already said it was cheating. You said it was micro cheating, which would still be cheating. So case closed, right?
I mean, I guess that's fair. But what's your opinion?
On what?
Is porn cheating?
My
I'm just trying to get
opinion.
another male's perspective.
Oh, got it. Okay. My opinion is if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. If you deviate from that agreement, whether it's using a person on a screen or otherwise, I think you've gone against the agreement and you've therefore cheated.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair.
What does she think?
Like I said, she's the one that thinks it's like
It's
she
cheating.
she thinks it's
She thinks it's cheating. Okay. I wonder how she feels about what you said here when you came on the live saying that you watch pornography because you want to do things that she isn't willing to do. So you essentially, my paraphrase, not your words, you essentially go act it out through pornography. I wonder how that felt for her to hear you say that.
I mean, like, I don't know. I said it to her before whenever.
Could we ask her how that felt?
Yeah, you can ask her.
All right. How did that feel?
You can be honest.
Honestly, it bugged me, but I don't know. I mean, it actually bugged me a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
It bugged you. Why did it bug you a lot?
Because I believe, like you said, if it's something like anything sexual, it should be with someone that you love and like till death do you part. Like,
Did you
don't
feel
think that you should
honored?
get
Did you feel
someone else's
honored when he
body.
was saying that?
We've talked about it, and like, it's not that I like how open he is with me, but like, he also isn't the type to hide it, if that makes sense. But also, like, I think it's been over a year since he's watched porn that I know of. So I don't really I don't know.
I mean, I don't actively like watch it. That was just my thoughts on it.
Yeah, when's the last time you watched porn, man?
Probably like over a year ago.
You being honest?
I swear to God.
You sure?
Swear to God.
Okay.
Me and my homeboys were talking about it the other day about not this, pretty much this subject. But
Got it. When did you start watching porn?
oh shoot, probably when I was like 9.
9 years old. What happened there?
Yeah. Well, so like I grew up in the foster system, and I had to like figure out life for myself essentially. So I was in like, I don't know, it was probably like 5th grade. So maybe a little
Oh.
older than 9.
10 or
But my
11?
homeboy was. So what? Yeah,
10 or 11? Yeah.
Yeah, my homeboy was like, "Hey, you want to see what a vagina looks like?" And this is like cafeteria, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." But yeah, that's when I started watching that shit.
hmm How old were you when you were put in the foster system?
Probably like 2 or 3, and then I got adopted when I was 13.
hmm
I mean, I understand it kills. I wouldn't say it kills my brain. It killed my brain.
You were just exposed.
I mean, I think I was exposed to a lot of stuff growing up, so it didn't like affect me as much.
Pornography?
Yeah, I would say that it just like, because I would just do it as like to relieve stress, and then I just go throughout my day because I didn't know how to appropriately express my feelings because I was never taught that. So that was like my outlet.
Totally.
That
man.
makes sense.
100%. 100%. Yeah, and especially, look, I don't know anything about you, but being in the foster care system at 2 years old and then adopted at 13, so much stuff happened between there, I would imagine. And you were introduced to pornography around 10, 11 years old, probably felt good. It became a way to relieve stress. But what I would offer to you, man, I know you came in here all hot joking about it, but there may be some unresolved pain going on to where pornography became a tool that you used to deal with that pain.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah, I
make
guess
sense?
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah.
But all right. I mean, I hope everybody has a great day. I'm gonna head out. I got work here in about 35 minutes.
All right, man. Hey, look, I appreciate you talking, and I can hear the softness in you right now. But man, I can hear it in her voice. She's not happy with it. She's not thrilled with it. And there's
Yeah.
probably something in you that just knows that there's something unresolved to look at. And if there's anything you take away from this conversation, it's not about porn, man. It's not about porn. It's not about sex. There's usually something going on deep in our soul that we're trying to resolve by using something like pornography. So I just invite you, man. There's resources in my bio if you want to look at that. Take a look. But appreciate you talking.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have a great night.
All right, man. You too. Take care. All right. W's in the chat for all of our guests. We had one sick kid last week. That kid got better. And what happens, chat, for those of you with kids, when one kid gets better, what happens? The next kid gets sick. So now we have another sick kid, and we'll see what happens. Am I getting sick? I don't know. Wait and see. Wait and see. All right. I'm next. Hopefully not. I got to go to Boston this weekend for a training event. If you guys are in the Boston area, let's go. We got one spot open. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3-day intensive. All right. Let's bring on another guest. Oh, not that one. Sassy. Is it Sassy Ack Girl or?
AK.
Hi. Sassy AK Gal.
Yeah.
All right. Are you 18 or over?
Yes.
All right. Is porn cheating?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Why is that?
No. Women do it. Men do it. As you get older into, further into adults, I understand like if it becomes a problem and interferes with your relationship, that becomes a completely different perspective. But hypothetically, say that you are dating somebody who travels a lot and we have those basic human needs that need to be met. And, you can exchange text messages or video or whatever, but as long as it doesn't interfere with your intimacy and your relationship that you withhold. Now, if you cross that line and it becomes a problem or an addiction, then I think that that's a completely different situation. However, I think that most people use porn as an outlet, and I don't honestly. I've been married, I've been divorced, like I'm dating, and it's one of those things that like people do, and it kind of fulfills a level of it. You can learn things from it, you can experience things that you never thought that you would want to do based on something that you saw, and it can bring a lot of livelihood into a relationship that was never there. And so I know, unless it interferes with your relationship and your intimacy, I don't believe it's cheating from
Got
a
it.
woman's perspective.
Got it. Okay. Before we dive into that, make of it that AK means Alaska, and I'm looking at your
Alaska.
profile. You have a video with mooses? Moose? What's the plural of moose? Moose?
Just moose.
Moose. Is that what Alaska's like? There's just moose walking around everywhere?
Oh yeah, Alaska's wild. I have moose come up and down my driveway frequently. There's bears that go through our neighborhood. We have rules and regulations as to like when we can put our trash out because bears will dig through it.
Oh my gosh.
Alaska's a really, really special place.
Yeah. Is that Northern Lights picture? Is that real?
Yeah.
That's incredible. I've always wanted to see the Northern Lights.
Oh, they're out right now, actually. It's
Oh my gosh.
amazing.
Oh
Alaska
my
is
gosh.
an incredible place. I've
All
lived
right.
here for 15 years.
All right. I love that. All right. So you don't think porn is cheating?
No.
Got it.
But I
Okay.
think I'm probably a little bit older than a lot of your viewers. And I'm
I
not
don't know. How old are
necessarily 43.
43? Yeah, you're probably older than the average, but not by a whole lot. All right. So do you watch pornography?
I do.
Okay. Why do you do that?
Because I want my basic needs met.
Basic needs met. All right. What need are you talking about?
Well, masturbating, it feels good, right? If your partner is not around to always share that with you, and then you take care of it yourself.
Got it. All right. So what's the need? Masturbation?
An orgasm.
An orgasm. Okay. What does that have to do with pornography?
Well, a lot of people reach or masturbate to pornography,
Okay.
to porn.
Okay. So the need is
There's
masturbation,
not a need.
or
There's not necessarily a need to watch
I'm,
porn.
I'm just trying to track
But-
with what you're saying. Okay.
But
You said
it
it's a
helps the
need.
situation. It makes it go faster. You get to where you want to go
All right. So hold on.
faster
Hold on.
than
So
if it's not there.
I got it. Hold on. So there's not a need to watch pornography then? Or there is?
No, there's not a need.
There's not a need. Okay. Okay. So why do you
But does
watch
it make it easier? Does it make it easier to climax? Absolutely.
Maybe for you.
Maybe for me.
Yeah.
But I know I'm not alone.
What do you think you're actually looking for or seeking when you're using the pornography?
To climax.
To climax.
To imagine yourself in the situation that the people on the porn are going through.
And what's
To help
that
put
situation?
yourself in a different headspace
Mhm.
than being completely by yourself and alone.
Got it. So instead of feeling by yourself and alone, to put yourself in the shoes of a person on a screen who's connected with another person.
Yeah. I think that that's why most people do it.
Okay. So could we say it's not necessarily that you're looking for an orgasm, but maybe you're actually looking for connection?
Connection, sure. Yes.
Okay.
But with the end result being an orgasm.
Got it. So connection with the end result being an orgasm. Just the orgasm. That's it. Do you think
Sure,
there's maybe
releases
something?
all sorts of serotonin in your brain, and it's really good for you.
Okay. Do you think there might be a deeper meaning to that?
No,
No.
I think it's very superficial.
I think it's very superficial. Got it. Okay. Okay. When did you start watching porn?
Oh gosh, that's an interesting question. Probably my late 20s.
Okay. It's pretty late for someone your age.
Yeah, I never I mean, to not get too to get really personal, I never was able to climax independently or by myself until I was in my late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Okay.
or with a partner, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You said you were married before?
I was
When you were how old?
27.
Okay. So did you start using pornography while you were married?
Yeah, when we stopped being intimate and our relationship was starting to crumble.
Hmm.
There was no human connection. There was not a lot of physical intimacy on any level. He didn't want it. It wasn't me. And so I found other means.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
Why is that so interesting? As a coach.
Well, as a coach, I would make the assertion that we don't seek pornography because we want an orgasm. I know we think we do, certainly what I would have said, but I would just submit to you that we're actually looking for some sort of connection or trying to resolve some sort of pain we have in our heart. Oftentimes, people are trying to resolve maybe some loneliness that they're feeling. And pornography provides a counterfeit type of connection. it promises connection, but it usually leaves people emptier than they were before they started looking at it. What I think is interesting, based on what you were saying, is around that time in your life, when you're in a marriage where you weren't able to achieve orgasm, at some point pornography became a way to try to find that connection when it seemed like there was maybe some disconnection going on in your marriage. So what I'm curious about is maybe there's more than just, I want to have an orgasm. I get it, you're not wrong, but maybe there's more beneath the surface.
Well, I don't know. Like, I've also been in relationships since my divorce where my partner traveled 2 weeks at a time. And like, we had a great physical relationship and emotionally stimulating, and it was great. But when somebody is distanced for that long of a time, you know, there still comes like basic human desires and needs. And there's only so much you can do on a telephone, and you can't do it every night. And you can't, I mean, you could if you had the time, but as working adults with children and lives, like, sometimes you just want that release and then to move on with your day. And porn helps you achieve that, regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship. As long as it doesn't interfere with your physical and intimate connection with your person, I don't believe it. Now, if it interferes, if it becomes an addiction, if it becomes out of control, if it becomes one of those things where, you know, they don't want to be intimate with you because they would rather watch porn, then that's a whole different ballgame. But as long as it doesn't interfere, then I don't see it as cheating. I see it as a possible, you can even watch it together. And people, you know, you can try new things and experience new things and, you know, figure out where you are with each other. I feel it could be a learning tool for your relationship, not necessarily cheating. And so I feel like unless you have deep-rooted spiritual beliefs, and maybe this is where the cheating thing comes from, like, it's not that big of a deal as long as you are an adult about it.
Got it. Okay. So in the event you're in a relationship and you're geographically separated from one another, what I'm hearing you describe is that pornography is an acceptable tool to go help try to achieve orgasm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Would you consider maybe there's something else there? Like, what do you think a person is really trying to get when they're going to try to have that orgasm?
As opposed to what?
As opposed to it just being about the orgasm.
What if it is just about the orgasm?
Well, what if it isn't? What if it's about connection?
Well, sure, you could go there, but when you are at a distance and you don't have that connection, and you can talk on the phone, you can FaceTime, you can do all the things. I mean, it's better than going out and cheating physically. It's not like you have an emotional bond with any of these people. You don't care about them. There's no emotion involved. It's simply a physical.
And that's the problem with pornography, is that we become so willing to use somebody and not care about them and just reduce them down to a sexual object and use them for our instant gratification.
Okay, I mean, I see your point, and that's valid. However, people do that for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
People choose to put themselves out there for other people's instant gratification. So that's their choice.
Maybe it's their choice, but in most cases, it's actually not. I saw a statistic the other day, don't quote me on it, I think it was on Fight the New Drug, that something of 60% plus of porn performers don't actually consent to being there.
Then that's very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they feel like it's their only means to make money, or maybe they feel trapped. And I understand all of those.
Yeah. So the question is, maybe they're an actual human being.
They absolutely are human beings.
But, so do you think it's honorable behavior for somebody to masturbate while ogling after somebody, lusting after somebody, fantasizing about somebody?
Do you think it's appropriate behavior to watch a woman, a beautiful, stunning woman, go down the road and turn your eyes and watch her and stare at her as she passes you by? And men will envision like what she would look like with her clothes off. I mean, that's no different.
It's very different. Acknowledging beauty is very different than imagining the things you'd do to her if she blah, blah, blah. Very different. Very different.
Right. But how many men would say to their buddies, oh, what I would do to her when they're at a bar, when they're, like, oh, if I had a night with her, just imagining what they would do.
Yeah, I don't know.
And maybe you're just a really, really good stand-up guy who's a strong Christian and has his faith in line, but that's not the case for most.
But what
Americans,
if we strived towards that? What if we strive towards that?
I think that's a great goal.
Okay.
But the reality is not that case.
Why can't it be for somebody like you?
I mean, it can be. I don't have to do it. I don't have to. I mean, I don't have that, but I do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And from a woman's perspective, because you probably don't get very many women on here admitting it.
I get plenty of
most
women
women
on here
do
admitting
it. Do you?
Yeah, and that's actually not true. Most women, it's last stat I saw was less than 50% regularly use it.
I mean, women also have a lower sex drive than men do.
That's not true.
Well, it depends on how old you are.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. I mean, women's
No, it
sex
doesn't.
drive.
Dr. David Schnarch in the book Intimacy and Desire researched this, and he said it's actually 50-50.
I don't know if I agree with that.
All right. Well, he died, so you can't talk to him. But he wrote a whole book about it.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't want you to say anything. I'm just to ask the question, is porn cheating? It's, takes you to some wild places. Thanks for sharing. What else? What else is on your mind?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
I just
Great.
found this intriguing, so I thought I would chime in.
I appreciate that. Sarah Presley, host, you're not a woman. The book is wrong. I love that. What an intelligent comment. I'm not a woman, therefore the research is wrong. All right, Sassy AK Gal, thanks for sharing.
Visit Alaska sometime.
I would love to, actually. I would like to see
should.
the moose, the plural moose, and the
They're everywhere.
The green lights, whatever those are called.
Auroras.
Auroras. All right, cool. Hey, thanks for sharing.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye. All right, W's in the chat for all our guests. What if there's something beneath the desire to look at pornography? What if it doesn't have to do with getting off, with having a quick release? What if the behavior, you started using the behavior to, I didn't call you, whatever. What if the behavior you used at some point was to medicate some sort of pain going on in your heart, or to medicate some feelings of anxiety, loneliness, depression, unwantedness, whatever it is, and that worked for you? You wouldn't still be using the behavior if it didn't serve a purpose for you at some point. Consider that. Consider that. All right, next guest. Oh, Help Cakes. Sorry, Help Cakes. Didn't see you there. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already, if you like my content. If not, no problem. Follow me anyways. Come back and argue with the people in my comments sometime. Hey there, what's going on?
Oh, what's up?
Not
Yeah,
much. Are you 18 or over?
I am not yet,
All right.
but I just
See you later. Sarah Presley, hey, I apologize. My comment may have been a little insensitive. Okay. I apologize. Hey there, what's going on, Haven?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. Are you 18 or over?
I am.
All right, cool. Is porn cheating?
I'm okay, so I'm kind of on the fence because when I think about it, I think more of the brain. For some people, people have different kinks and all that stuff. I see it as visual stimuli. I don't know if it's like they're focusing on the men and women specifically, or if they're just hyper focused on the movement of the genitalia that attracts them, and then it becomes some sort of an addiction. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it because on a religious standpoint, I 1000% understand being lustful. That's a sin. I accept that 1000%. I just wonder on like a brain scale if that's what people are so hyper focused on. It's not so much the men and women sexualizing them, it's just the movement of the genitalia stimulating something in their brain.
Sorry, the way you phrase that it makes me laugh like a little kid.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay. So you're pondering whether somebody looking at pornography is just because they're seeing parts jiggle around, or if there might be something more to that. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me I can maybe use a couple analogies that will help land that point for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right. Everybody has an arousal template, an arousal structure, things that just arouse us. Okay. And it's different for everybody. What arouses me may not arouse you. What arouses me may or may not arouse the next guy, whatever. So let's just say there's different, we'll use an easy one. There's different sizes of people and sizes of parts.
Mhm.
For some people, certain sizes of those parts may be arousing, but other sizes of those parts may not be arousing. Make sense?
Right. So it just comes down to brain stimuli.
Well, it comes to what arouses you. So if certain size parts arouse or not arouse, then what would that say about whether it's the parts jiggling or not as part of the question?
Dumb that down for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so a different way to put it, Jay Stringer uses this analogy. He's the author of the book Unwanted, How Sexual Brokenness Reveals Our Path to Healing, is that for many people, or for most people actually, I might even say for all people, we're aroused by some porn but not other porn. So why is it that this type of porn may be arousing to me or XYZ person, but that type of porn isn't arousing? Why is that?
I guess it's just, it might be the way that your brain is wired or trained.
Well, there's a deeper meaning to what we're actually seeing on the screen, right? So
it's like when we watch porn or we see porn, there was something that happened in our past that triggered us to like said abuse or said thing.
maybe, but there's something that is drawing us to that specific type of porn, right? Because
How do
again,
you pinpoint that on a grand scale?
well, I would ask you or the person, I would say, what type of porn do you watch? And I'd ask this question to many people on a weekly basis, and they'll answer, and then, okay, why? Why is it that porn you like? And why not that porn? There's
It's kind
usually
of
a story beneath the surface.
it's kind of sad to me though, because anytime I've ever seen a porn, like ever in passing, I usually end up just turning it off because none of it's genuine. It's all fake and amplified, and it doesn't do anything for me. So whenever I do see it, I'm like, all right, that's all fake. I can clearly tell it's a set. There's a script. It's scripted. They take breaks. None of this is real. There's no connection there. And like Sassy was talking about before, you could go deep into it and say you're craving that type of intimacy or wanting to create that type of connection. But like me personally, I don't see it. It's kind of like when you're sitting in the living room and you're watching a movie and a sex scene comes on, you see it, okay, cool, it passes, you're done. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. So what you're lasering in on is that you see right through what the people are trying to provoke in you.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, this is fake. It's not real. It's not connection. I don't need this. I'm out. Next.
Yeah.
Let's do something else. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for sharing. What else? Anything
Of
else?
course. No, I just had that one question. I mean, like I said, as a religious standpoint, I totally understand that being lustful is not, you need to pray on that, work through that, of course. But just like, I just wondered if it's mostly just certain things trigger the brain to be attracted, or like if it's just some sort of stimuli.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there's a good book called Your Brain on Porn by Gary Wilson that he talks a lot about that. But yeah, I mean, I think that the easiest way to look at that, like I said, is you just consider why you might be attracted to one thing and not another. And there's something beneath the surface. When I say you, the general you, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for
Well,
sharing.
thank you so much. Of course.
All right, bye-bye. W's in the chat for all our guests. Dude, it's so hot. So hot. Where do you guys live? What's the weather where you guys live? I'll tell you what the weather is for me. 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Guess where I live? Cold as F. Negative 12? Where do you live? The North Pole? California, weather's nice. There you go. Ohio, it's 10. 14. Ashley Nicole, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Are you the same Ashley Nicole that used to be around here? Hi there. Cold as hell. Here we go. 1 degree. 14, 11. I'm in Arizona. Yeah, I'm in Phoenix. So the high today was 73. Got a little cold front coming in this weekend. It's going to be 59. 33 in Kansas. Fortnite. I love Fortnite. Let's play Fortnite. Me, please. I've requested in a lot of lives but never got in the box. All right, Tessa. Let's talk to Tessa. 12 in Buff. What's Buff? Buffalo? New Jersey. I'm wearing mittens. Yeah, you are, Helpcakes. Hey there. What's going on?
Hi. I've requested in like a couple lives because I don't know. I listen to a lot of your lives and I hear a lot of perspectives of like, you know, different people saying different stuff.
Are you 18 or over?
You said what?
Are you 18 or over?
Yes, I'm 21.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I know I might sound young. Everybody says that, but yeah, I'm 21. So personally, to start off with, I am a Christian. But yeah, anyway, I was in a relationship about 6 months ago with this guy, and we were going steady for like a year and a half. Everything was good until I found out like he was watching porn and stuff, and I asked him like why he did it. Like I asked him like, is this something I'm not providing you, or is it something that like you just like looking at for some reason? He wasn't able to give me a straight answer, but what I did see is that after he started watching porn, he started getting unrealistic thoughts and ideas about what a relationship should include. He started like thinking that polygamy was okay, and having multiple girlfriends or having multiple sex partners, or having a girlfriend on the side was okay, because a lot of porn they do like have, you know, multiple people in it, like threesomes and stuff like that. But he started getting these like wrong ideas about what a relationship should include. And from me seeing that, like I told him multiple times, like, hey, I don't want you doing that. Like personally, like as a Christian, my belief is that once you're in a relationship, it's like one man, one woman. You know, I don't really believe in, like, I accept other people's beliefs, like in like whether they want to date a girl or a guy, like, you know, gay, whatever it is. I support them in their beliefs, but I don't believe in that. So my belief is one man, one woman, and that's it. You know, and I feel like any issues that you have, you figure out in that relationship. And if you can't, you get a couples therapist, or, you know, you go through God's word and you figure out like what needs to work for your relationship. But personally, all I've seen from porn is that people lose values, and they lose, what's it called? I'm trying to come up with the word. They lose, like, they get the wrong ideas about relationships, and they get the wrong ideas about sex, you know. And
Yeah, so here's
personally,
what
like,
you're describing.
sex isn't supposed-
There's a phrase that comes to mind, is that what we look at affects our desire. What we look at affects our desire.
Yeah.
If we're looking at pornography, which is fake intimacy, fake sex, it's going to affect what we desire, which is not real intimacy in real life. And then we'll begin to try to act that out in real life.
So porn is basically like, first of all, you shouldn't be wanting your sex life, your body, and all of that all over the internet for everybody to see. I mean, when you really think about it, years and years ago, who was really posting on OnlyFans? Who was posting on all these porn sites thinking it's okay to put your body and put your sex life out there for the public to see? And it's like, it makes so much money. Porn, human trafficking, OnlyFans.
All right, so Tessa, are you still in a relationship?
No, I am not.
Okay. All right, so did you break up because of pornography?
No, actually, I broke up because, like I was talking about with the pornography, he started getting wrong ideas about, like, hey, I want us to get a girlfriend, or I want us to have a threesome and stuff. And I said, I'm not doing that. I said, if you want to do that, go find your own, you know, whatever makes you happy, go find it. Like, I'm all for that. But I said, I'm not doing it. And, so he kept pushing for that. He kept, every time we argued, he said, oh, this is why if I had another girlfriend, like, I could go and fuck her because she's not mad, or I could go and talk to her, or I could go and, you know, be close with her because, you know, if you're upset, I could just go be with her, and if she's upset, I could be with you. And he started getting all these wrong ideas about everything, and started, like, kept mentioning like polygamy or like threesomes or like a girlfriend, and I said absolutely not. So, you know, the relationship ended all because I didn't realize from the start, like, you know, when you see little and you kind of like ignore it, but like I ignored all the little things he said to me and all the little things like he did, and it ended up turning to be like he in his heart wasn't content with not only one person, but he wasn't content with himself, to the point where he needed multiple people to validate him, and he needed multiple, you know, he needed variety because he didn't feel comfortable in himself.
All right, so
I believe that
as you go and you potentially engage dating again, how will you approach a conversation about pornography, fidelity, fantasy, all that stuff with your partner?
honestly, figure out, because I honestly believe that I don't know how to bring it up to somebody, because I feel like this whole generation has a fucked up way of viewing relationships viewing sex in general.
Okay, so you're not wrong, because and pornography has contributed a lot to that. How old are you again?
I'm 21.
All right. Can we practice how you might have a conversation, and maybe this could be helpful for you and everybody else?
Well, like, first of all, I'll let them know, like, my
hold on.
spiritual beliefs.
Okay, hold on. So yes, do you want to practice that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So let's say you find a potential boyfriend that you may be interested in. All right. Just like, when might you want to bring up a conversation about porn and sex, and what type of agreements you are wanting to have in the relationship? So is this like first time you meet him? Is this first date material? Is this third date material? When do you think you might want to bring this conversation up?
Honestly, I don't believe it's first meet conversation.
Okay.
Just because you're first meeting the person and getting to know them.
All right,
I
great.
believe maybe when you're considering I think maybe when you're considering even being intimate with the person,
Okay.
you know.
So before you're considering being intimate, you mean sexually intimate?
Yes. Yeah. I
Okay.
feel like you should have agreements and values before starting to sleep with somebody and getting your, because yeah.
All right. So sometime before you start considering being intimate with the person. So for you, what would you want to communicate to that person that's important to you that is on the table before you take that next step?
Well, first of all, that I'm a Christian. I believe in, one man, one woman for life. Second of all, that, if you can't be content with just me, and if you can't be in a dating to marry kind of relationship, then maybe you should be single.
Okay. So monogamy, setting the intention for why you're dating, which is we're dating to get married. And if not, why are we doing this? Right?
Exactly.
So monogamy, and then setting the tone for where this relationship may be heading. What else would you want to communicate?
I'm trying to think, because those are the most important,
Okay, what about given your worldview, what about sex before marriage?
So, to be honest with you, I had that I held strong to that until I got in a really serious relationship, and it got to a point where he ended up telling me basically, oh, what if you're not compatible sexually after marriage? You have sex with somebody after marriage and whoa, you're not into it, So he basically brought it up to me like that, and I said, you got a point. So for me, I don't just sleep around. I don't even with my ex-boyfriend, I didn't sleep with him for about 3 months after we got in a relationship. It was 3 months before I even considered being intimate with him. It was 3 months. So it wasn't like I jumped straight in, because I like protecting myself. I know what sex does, and I know that it intertwines you guys emotionally, mentally, all that, all the chemicals and everything. But that's why I don't believe in just sleeping around. But I also am not to the strictest point of, oh, sex is not okay before marriage, if that makes sense.
Got it. Is that your opinion, or is that what you get from your Christian worldview?
Well, I do know that, okay, so what I do know is that this generation, this world isn't for, it's not for people who avidly, take up for the Christian faith. This world has no sense of respect, no sense of boundary, no sense of anything like that. I feel like the best you might get is a good man, but maybe one that's not equally yoked with you. I have not, I know I'm young still, but trust and believe me, I see what's going on in this world. I see all the social media stuff. I see I had to take myself off a lot of social medias like Instagram and stuff like that, because it was just too much, too much drama, too much bullshit going around. So at the end of the day, I don't believe this is the world for a equally yoked Christian relationship, if that makes sense.
So you don't
I feel
believe
the goal,
what I'm hearing
I feel
is
the goal is to find somebody who at least respects you, who is loyal, who treats you right, who doesn't put his hands on you, who if you find that kind of man, I feel like you're in a good place in life. Because
it sounds like you may be wrong here, but it sounds like you. And by the way, when I sneezed, only 3 bless yous, chat. Really, that was a really big sneeze, and I only got 3 bless you. I thought I thought the chat would have been flooded with bless yous, but we'll put that aside. Okay. It seems as though you've resigned yourself to believing that you're not going to find a man, a partner, who can uphold the values that you're wanting to have in a marriage.
Yes.
Okay. What do you make of that?
I feel like you either have the choice, to be single because you are not able to find somebody who, like, it doesn't matter if the guy goes to church and all that. It's still corruption in the church. It's still corruption in, and like, we're all human. We all make mistakes, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about mistakes. I'm talking about like planned, active decisions that people make. And it's like, you either get the choice to be single or you get the choice to find somebody who respects you and treats you right. And, I don't know. Personally, I feel like no man is going to wait until marriage to even be with you that long, because marriage isn't instantaneous. It's not quick, it's not something that happens overnight. You have to actually be with that person, spend time with them for a longevity of time to be able to know if you're actually able to spend the rest of your life with that person. And as I've seen, no man is going to be willing to stay, loyal to you and not have sex with you for that length of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, I get that that's your
And
experience.
if they do say that they will, if they say that they will do that, there's also those people who say, oh yeah, I'm being loyal to you. Of course, I'm fine with not doing anything until marriage. And then you find out, but you haven't been doing that. If I'm not giving it to you, then who is? Like, if it's not...
So look, you're not wrong. It's how do I put this? Thank you for all the bless yous, by the way. I feel seen now. It seems like you've experienced some past hurt with regard to what's gone on in your relationships, particularly with sexual betrayal. Is that fair?
Yeah, so after I found out he was watching porn and stuff, I found out about, other things as well. To the point where I had, given him everything. I'd stayed loyal, for a year and a half. I could have done that for even a longer amount of time. It wasn't a big deal to me. It wasn't a problem to me. I can be single and not go around and sleep around. It doesn't do anything to me to just go and sleep around. I have to actually be emotionally involved and care about you to even be able to give that part of myself to you,
Mm-hmm.
And seeing him do that and knowing that we were thinking about marriage, to be honest. Like, that was a place we were heading. Like, that's what he said and I said. We both agreed that that's where we were heading.
Yeah.
Like, we were planning and everything.
All right. So can I just give you some encouragement?
Yeah.
All right. You seem very strong in your convictions, which is awesome. And it seems like there's some pain here that has caused you, understandably so, to question basically not only every man's motive, many men's motives, but also whether or not you can actually find what you're looking for. And you are so young. And the reality is that men around your demographic, your age group, the statistics on pornography use are very high. No question about that, right? But I would encourage you, I talk to a lot of people, a lot of women in particular, who lower their bar over time because they think that they have to just keep settling downwards. What I want to offer to you is you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Hold your boundaries. Be firm in what you're wanting. You're not going to find a perfect man. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a perfect woman. But can you really, really try to hold firm in what you're wanting and have those courageous conversations early and often as you put yourself out there in the world? What are you hearing?
Yeah, I can hold firm to my beliefs, and I can, put up those standards and those boundaries, and I'm okay with that. My problem is with everything going on in this world, I don't feel like you can find a genuine, relationship through that. My parents been married for 28 years now. And even they're church-going people, everything. And even through that, my mom's been cheated on in the 28 years of marriage that they've been together. And that's not the only, situation I can give. I can give many, many, many others. There might be many married couples, but there's not many that you see that are happy and that are thriving and that have the same love for each other that they had when they first, decided to make that commitment. And I don't believe that this world is, at this point right now where it's at, is made for people like me, people who actually want something real.
Well, the world is what it is. And talk to God about that. I think I saw a stat the other day. I think it's 1/3 of marriages will be affected by infidelity. And I think it was talking about physical cheating. I could be wrong on that. Seemed high when I heard that, but 1/3 of marriages. And so this is the world we live in. And you get to decide who you want to be in this world, how you call people into more, and how you offer goodness in the world, which it sounds like you're really doing and wanting to do. So that's all I have to say. What else do you want to say?
Well, honestly, there's not much more to be said besides I believe overall that porn is a gateway. It's a gateway drug to, actually cheating and it's brain rotting. Like it rots half of our generation's brains into fantasies that aren't even real.
Yep.
And that's my belief, honestly. And that's what I came up here to talk about. Like, honestly, I've been healing and growing and praying about, my past relationship and my pain. And, I'm not stuck in that. I'm not stuck in that situation anymore because I've learned to, grow and move beyond that. But at the end of the day, what I came on here to say is that I believe that no matter what anybody says, no matter how anybody tries to excuse it, porn is just not okay in any way you try to explain it. It's harmful to your brain, it's harmful to your relationships, it's harmful to children, it's harmful to everybody.
Yep. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. W's in the chat for our guests. And I feel so blessed. Porn ruined my marriage, my family, divorce 2026. Sorry you experienced that. Beauty is her name. Kayla Rose Wood. Gosh, I am so loud. I take down the noise canceling headphones. I got to wipe the sweat off them every once in a while. When I get passionate, it's really loud in here. All right. Kayla Rose Wood, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Are you 18 or over?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Is porn cheating?
Yes, but to me it is. Like, I know I don't think it's like a universal yes or no, but to me it is. And I wasn't always against it. I think getting into relationships when I was, 17 or 18. I was always told, it's what boys do, it's what men do. Like, it's
Who
very
told you that?
normalized. Probably everybody. When I, like, anytime I would get insecure about it, guy friends or girlfriends be like, that's just what men do, so they don't cheat on you. And I'm like, what? Like, why? Why? Like, if I don't want to be with somebody like that, if they need to look at other women to not cheat on me. But I didn't, I just accepted it when I was really young. And then I met my first porn addict at 20. And it got to the point where I was crying and begging for sex because he had no interest in it. And I was a young 20-year-old girl and he was 30. That's big gap. But I would beg for it. I would cry when I got rejected because it was all the time. And he, even when we did do it, like rarely, he couldn't even do it. And I remember I was talking to his buddies' wives and I was crying to them about it. And they're like, oh, honey, he's got porn dick. And I was like, what is that? And I did all this research, and it's a porn addiction. It's your genitals cannot perform because they are overstimulated and can't get the job done. So that's when I first started being against porn, because that relationship destroyed me. It destroyed my self-esteem. I was completely broken from that. I never thought a guy would just not be into sex. And I remember when he was deployed, I took like a bunch of like lingerie photos for him and different angles, and I mentioned them to him and he had no interest in receiving them. And it got to the point where I was completely destroyed. And then I met another guy later on, and we were talking for a while and we were hyping up sex, like we were talking back and forth. And once we got to have sex the first time, he couldn't do it. And like, obviously it happens sometimes, but my question afterwards, because he knew he struggled, my initial question afterwards was, how many times do you masturbate a day? And he's like, 2 or 3 times a day. I'm like, why? And he's like, why? I'm like, well, there's your problem. So like stuff like that. And then I got into a relationship last year, and I made sure I wasn't going to find a man that watches it, that's addicted to it. And we were on a long phone call, and I told him, oh, I'm kind of looking for a man that's, not into porn, like doesn't need it all that much. Like, I'm really trying to be flexible here, but I was like, what's your views on porn? Because I'm not really, it's not my favorite thing. And he's like, oh, I haven't watched it in years. It's so bad for your mind. I was like, I have hit the fucking jackpot. And
can we guess what happened? Can we guess what happened?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess.
So
let me guess. Dude was watching porn.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 months into the relationship, we were struggling with sex and it wasn't happening. And, I took the benefit of the doubt. He was like, oh, I have a prostate problem. I was like, okay. So I was like looking up meds, supplements. We threw in Viagra into the mix, and it still wasn't happening. So I went into his phone and I found a shit ton of porn. And I was furious. I'm like, why did you lie to me? He's like, I just wanted you to like me and like all that. So he put like an accountability app on his phone, and it went from there. He later deleted it because he thought it was too controlling. And he's like, you just have to trust me that I'm not going to watch it. So through like December, from like, I don't know, March to December, it was a lot of reassurance and promises and swearing that you know, he wasn't gonna watch it again. But I started noticing sex was getting a little not that great anymore, and I was like, he's like, you gotta trust me. And I went in his phone and just a ton of OnlyFans.
Kayla, why does this keep happening? I hate this for you.
Yeah, so he basically turned it around on me, said I crossed a boundary by going into his phone, said that it's normal, it's not cheating, that his buddies' wives don't care if they watch it, and that he's allowed to have private time. And basically he kicked me out. He's currently not speaking to me.
Did this happen recently?
Yeah, December.
What's his
he's
number? I'll call him
currently
right
still
now.
not talking.
I'll call him right now.
No.
I'm just kidding. I would never do that. That's a total
Okay, he might not answer anyway.
breach of,
He's not answering
breach of
me.
privacy. I probably would do that actually, but all right.
Yeah,
That sucks.
so,
I'm sorry you're in that situation.
yeah, and I don't know. I thought it was a really great girlfriend, and now it's like I think we're on day 19. I'm being ghosted by my boyfriend. He still has all my stuff. Everything's still up on the apps, but like, yeah, he's currently not talking to me. But I think he just has a lot of shame. And
Are you
he's
still
avoiding
referring to him as your
accountability.
boyfriend?
I don't really know. There hasn't been a text or
Okay,
anything
Kayla,
that we are done.
How old are you?
I'm 30, unfortunately.
30. Okay. So you've been doing this for 10 years with different people.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, hold on. Kayla, why are you waiting for him to text you to say it's over or not over?
I know.
Why? No, seriously, why?
I don't know. I defend him. I'm like, he's a good guy, but like, yeah, he lied to me and like swore on his dead father that he wasn't watching it.
Okay. So what are you afraid of?
I hate losing people.
You hate losing people. Okay, what's the story there?
Yeah. Well, like, regardless of the bad stuff, he was my best friend. And I know that's weird to say because people are like, your best friend wouldn't lie to you. Your best friend wouldn't be ignoring you for 18 days. So, I don't know. Yeah, I do have abandonment issues, yes.
And you
That's
giggle
a
and you
given.
giggle about them. Oh,
Yeah.
Kayla, what happened?
What?
What's the story?
In my young life?
Sure.
I don't know what question.
I mean, look, there's
Like
a
that caused the abandonment issues?
yeah. I mean, you don't have to go into that if you don't want to, but there's a pattern here, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and by the way, all of what you said is terrible, and I hate that for you. You keep finding yourself in this situation, and why do you keep finding yourself in this situation? I'm not blaming you, but it's like, can you get curious about that? Have you got curious about that? And it's like, even when the thing manifests, like he's just bathing in porn, you're still sitting there, suffering in silence, waiting for him to say what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I've sent very loving messages to him, like, because I've read up that he's like, I don't know, an avoidant, and he's having like really big emotions right now, and like doesn't, I don't know, the pressures to, I don't know, it's very, you know, excusable what I've read, and I don't like it. But I don't know. I've seen the dating world, and I don't want to enter it ever again. And not even like trauma in relationships, trauma on dates, where I'm just like I have so many stories of like horror stories on dates, relationships.
Hey, Kayla,
and
we've
I
got
just
time.
don't
We've
wanna
got time.
enter-
Let's hear the story. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. No, there's so many. Like
Kayla,
there's
you got to
so
start
many.
a TikTok.
I do. I mostly post like funny stuff of my dad because he's hilarious. But I know I need to have like a talk because every year I have some sort of trauma with a guy. Like I don't want to go into that, but a guy
You just did
that
go into
I was
that.
in like a no, but every year is like a horrible year. Like last year I was into this guy and I had a crush on him, but we were kind of in like a situation like ship sort of thing. And he got me pregnant, did not care about that. And he had a girlfriend of 2 years, I found out. And he did not go to the appointment or anything to, oh, you're Christian. Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. But you know,
I got it.
Yeah. And I hated myself that whole year for it. And it just gets worse. My life's worse as it goes on. And I'm laughing and stuff, but it's just really bad time.
Well, there's a lot of pain there, I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff happened in my childhood too. Like I love my parents and they're great parents, but there's some things I do not agree on that they did. Like if I wasn't on my best behavior, my mom would threaten that she would leave and never come back. And like she'd be like, I'm grabbing the keys, Kayla, I'm leaving. And like or I would be locked in my room if I was bad and like by myself. And like yeah.
What else?
How
does it feel for you to name that out loud here?
Little tears, but like
What are the tears? What are the
I
tears
thought
saying?
I would find it's rough being abandoned. And I thought like ever since I was a little girl, I thought love would be like somebody permanent and like get the love that I wanted, but I keep finding horrible men that like either cheat on me or lie to me or leave the second it gets hard. So I try not to give up on people because I wouldn't want somebody to give up on me.
And what you're really wanting is
love.
Somebody to be there for you.
Somebody that stays.
Somebody that stays.
Yeah.
And you're willing to do a lot to try to get somebody to stay.
Yeah, usually I'm the one that gives more. Like with this guy I'm with now, like I drove 2 hours to see him all the time. And like he never made the effort to come up to me. And he never took me out on dates. And like I mentioned that, he was mentioned it was like money issues, but like every time I mentioned something, like he would kind of make me feel bad about it. Just like being dated, and I don't know, I lose hope more and more that I get older that finding a man that doesn't watch porn is just very unlikely. Like I get it if you watch it when you're single, but I just don't like it in the relationship because like when we got into the big fight when I found it in December, he got very angry and he's like, why don't you like me watching it? Because they have an hourglass shape and you look like that. And then he said there are 2 types of men in this world: the men that watch it and the men that lie about it. So take your pick.
Okay. What are you noticing in your body right now?
Well, I've been in constant anxiety ever since he's started ignoring me.
Well, look, he
Because
left you 19 days ago. Probably longer than that.
well, no. He said he needed space and that he knew we had stuff we both wanted to work on and come back together with, but he needs space right now. And me reaching out is crossing his boundaries. So I'm just patiently waiting at this point.
Well, you're doing what you've always done, which is patiently waiting for someone to be there for you.
Yeah. I have reached out, even though that crosses his boundaries. And I've been very nice. But I see him ignore me day after day, and I'm crying on my way home day after day. Because I have a 2-hour commute to work now because I'm back up north because I was living with him. So I have 2 hours every day to commute to work, and he doesn't care. I have to make that commute.
2 hours each way?
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 hours
Because he
in the
kicked me
car.
out.
Because he
Yeah,
kicked you
because
out.
he kicked me out.
All right, so
Yeah.
Oh, Kayla, what are you waiting for on the other side of this separation, or whatever you want to call it?
I'm hoping he'd message that he was wrong and he's sorry. But I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't talk to me. I have no idea how he's doing. I mean, apparently this is the relief stage for him that I've been reading on to relieve the pressure because it was a big fight. But I'm hoping he'll miss me at some point.
And if he does, and then he reaches out and comes back, what does that mean for you?
I don't know. I wish I was stronger. But
What do you mean by that?
like I've talked to women about the situation and they're like, what are you doing? Kick him to the curb. Like they would have been like, I would have left yesterday or, forever ago. And I'm because like I have issues. Like I can be insecure. I mean, men call me insecure because I don't like the porn, but and that's a problem I think I have is like men will call me crazy, insecure because I do have a problem with the porn. And it makes me doubt myself and not, I don't know, like really my self-worth really goes down when they start calling me crazy and, turn it around on me. Just like in the situation when I found the porn again, he turned it around on me, said I crossed his boundary, said that I need to work on my insecurities and go to therapy and which
Yeah.
I've always been in
Look,
therapy.
everybody
I
has
just-
issues, and we can all work to improve them, right? You have a lot of patterns here that are playing out in your life, and I imagine they're preventing you from experiencing what you're really wanting to experience in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot there, Kayla.
Yeah. It's been a long, rough life, but
Mhm.
I thought I'd be married with kids by now, but
Mhm.
it's been a rough dating life for sure.
Mm. Yeah, I hear that. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
What else?
I guess that's all for me.
Okay, well, Kayla, what I'm curious about is what might it look like for you to, instead of waiting for whatever he might do, you take some courageous action? If you were to take an unprecedented, courageous action, something that you maybe have never done something this courageous in your life before. With regard to where you're at with this situation, what would you do?
Probably leave.
Probably leave. Okay. So if you were to muster up all the courage that Kayla has mustered up to this point in her life and take an unprecedented action, you would probably leave.
Yeah. It's just something I think I've only done, I think, once. And it was a guy I was like seeing for like a month, so it didn't really affect me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know what's right for you, but just notice that. Just notice your response.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Of course.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
W's in the chat for Kayla. And what is going on in the comments? Who's Blair? Why do we keep talking about someone named Blair? W's in the chat. Heather May, I saw you there. I saw Connor too. Connor, are you there? I haven't seen that name in a while. There's someone named Austin. What's up, Austin? It's my name. We have so much in common. Can I please share my story, Uncle? Unk. It's Unk to you. It's Unk to you. It's Unk. Yeah, give me a second. Let me plug my groups real quick. So, if you guys are new here, give me a follow. Follow button's up there, and like and share the live. My name's Austin Hamilton, also known as Porn Coach. I help both men who are struggling with unwanted sexual behavior, such as porn or sex addiction, to break free from that and live into a flourishing life of meaning and purpose for themselves and for their relationships. It can lead to healing in relationships. Careful about quitting pornography, because if you do, it might lead to increased satisfaction in your relationships. So if you want to have less satisfaction in your relationships, don't quit porn. But if you want to have more satisfaction in your relationships, quit porn. And maybe my group can be helpful for you. I have groups that meet on Tuesday nights and Wednesday morning, where we meet with other men in the same or similar situation wanting to be healthier men as we engage the world around us. I also have a group for women who are experiencing partner betrayal trauma, the trauma that a partner experiences when a betrayal is discovered. The women's group meets at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday nights. We just finished a couple hours ago, and it's a great place to heal together in community, because healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. The women's group and the men's groups are an amazing place to heal together in community and move forward in this. The groups are $199 a month. We meet weekly on Zoom. The men's groups are facilitated by myself and other male contributors. The women's group is facilitated by myself and other female contributors. If you'd like to talk about that offline, you can go to the link in my bio and schedule a call for $1. It's a 30-minute call. I'd love to chat about your situation. And if you do schedule a call with me, that's a private call. It's not going to be posted on TikTok. All right. Reviving Nikki says, this group has been such a gift to my healing. Yes, Nikki, you've done great work in the group. All right, Nick, geez, the best type of guests are the ones who beg and beg and beg to get on here. So let's talk to you.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
So I wanted to talk. So you're saying you're trying to help people out with these addiction, right?
Are you 18 or over?
I'm 19 years old.
Okay. Is porn cheating?
Yes, I think it is, because you're technically subjugating your eyes to another person's body when you should be only focused on your partner's body.
Okay. All right. What else?
It's not really like it's so devaluating to put yourself in that situation. Like, do you agree? Or,
I don't know what devaluating means, and I'm not being facetious.
Like-
Did you mean devaluing?
yeah, it's like devaluing to like either yourself and like the people who film it, you know?
Yeah, I would agree.
And it's just not healthy because when people watch this type of stuff, they tend to become lazier, and it's a straight up addiction, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And like, you know, there's some people out there with like, I don't want to make it inappropriate, but like they become really horny and like desperate, and I feel that's how like these pedophiles are born. You
Yeah.
know, like all the like, have you heard of Gideon? He's like a crazy predator catcher, and I feel that Pornhub, this causes for more and more of these predators to be active, and I don't want that to happen for the youth of America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Porn use always escalates. It always escalates into something else. It can escalate into physical cheating or what you're describing. Not always, but it certainly can. Yeah. What else?
Oh, hello, Tat. He said hi. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that's just so bad, you know. Do you watch this type of stuff?
No, I don't watch porn.
But you said that like it would be bad for someone to stop, you know.
No, I didn't. Oh, what I said was if you want to have decreased satisfaction in your relationships, then you should watch porn. Or in simpler terms, if you want your life to be worse,
Wait,
you
so
should
you're
watch
completely
porn.
you're against porn?
I do not think that porn is a resourceful habit for somebody to engage in.
But when you think about it, the people filming it, they'll lose their jobs if someone is to end it. Like if you look at OnlyFans, people are becoming millionaires, and the second that goes down, that's just increasing the amount of homeless in our economy.
Okay. What's your point?
My point is that even though it's damaging to the people, when we look at the higher aspect of it, it keeps the rich rich and the poor poor.
Okay.
This is just like this is like history repeating itself over and over again, you know? Like if you look at the Mongolian Empire, they stayed strong and they never really gave up
Bro,
power.
I feel like if I talk to you for 5 more minutes, we're going to start talking about UFOs or something. How much
why would you
longer?
think that, bro?
How much longer do you want to troll for? Just give me a number.
I'm trying to have an honest debate.
How much longer? How much longer?
I'm not trolling, bro. I just really wanted to talk about the topic.
Okay, you're talking about the Mongolian Empire.
It's a historical reference that symbolizes a historical repetent in today's world.
A historical
I'm sorry
what?
if that's too high intellectual for your
It's-
type, but
yeah.
it is a historical reference. I just hope you understand that.
Yeah, you got me. You are way too intellectual for me, so I'm going to have to go on to the next guest. So,
That's rude, but like what I meant to say is that like I'm making a historical connotation, okay? That
Yeah.
reference today's worldly problems.
yeah. All right. Thanks for sharing, man. Bye-bye. W's, just kidding. Let's go to our next guest. Oh, this guy. Somebody named Chubber Wubber just requested, so I gotta... Oh, he canceled the request. Did we just meet two personalities in one? Says 2028 in his bio. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, he's a liar then. He's a liar. I met somebody the other day in real life, and hold on one second, Tanya, sorry. And he was like, I'm gonna get on your TikTok sometime and troll you. And I go, bro, you can try. You can try, bro. I love trolling trolls. All right, Tanya, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Are you 18 or over?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, is porn cheating?
Yes.
All right, why is that?
Wow.
Helpcakes is our favorite troll. We're gonna bring Helpcakes on next. He's requesting. All right, Tanya, why is porn cheating?
I think it's cheating because it's not only like for your visual, but it also.
Tanya, I'm having a hard time hearing you. It sounds like you're in a wind tunnel with a sock over your phone.
Hang on just a second. Sorry about that.
All right.
Is that better?
It's much better.
Okay. I know it's on at night, so that's what it does.
Okay. May not be better, but anyways. All right.
I think it's not only for visual, but it's also for mental. You know, whenever you're watching it and things like that, you watch it for pleasure, but also it puts other things in your mind. You know, I don't think it's just for pleasure. People are looking for other things too. So if you're doing it in a relationship, even if you have the strongest of relationships, it can start to whittle its way in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I mean, that just starts to break down the relationship, you know, once you had a strong one. So it is considered cheating because you're putting all of your energy, to me, in my opinion, you're putting a lot of your energy into something that's not even like physically there with you, you know. And if you have a partner that's there with you, they're there physically and they're there mentally and they're there emotionally. And if you're giving most of your attention over to porn, you're not giving it to the person sitting next to you.
Mm-hmm. Have you experienced this?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Definitely.
What happened?
Well, it's just it wasn't in the forefront. You know, I caught my husband doing it. You know, and to me, it's belittling because I'm a confident person. I really am. You know, and so somebody can't come at me and say, well, if you're a confident person, it shouldn't matter if he's watching porn. Well, yes, it does, because even though I'm confident, it's a betrayal at first because I didn't know and I found out, you know. And secondly, he's given his attention to someone else and not to me, and that's a problem to me, you know. And if we have this good relationship, then he should be able to come to me. Or if I was addicted to porn and was watching it, my partner should be able to come to me.
Is this your current husband?
No.
Okay. So that didn't happen, and you guys ended up getting divorced. I'm sorry. And yeah, I mean, being able to come to one another and talk about what's going on is vitally important in relationships.
Correct. Yes, I fully believe that.
Yeah.
But and I think that's, you know, also that's as one of the things that has torn the families apart. You know, whenever they give their attention to things like that, you know, it tears the family dynamics apart. It really does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah. How long were you dealing with that in your marriage with pornography?
It was probably a good 2 to 3 years. Because I tried to hold on. You know, we tried to fix it and all those kinds of things, you know, and do the things that you're supposed to try to fix those things. But ultimately, you know, it just didn't fix it. You know, when somebody is so, I guess you can call it an addiction, like drugs or anything else, you know, anything can be an addiction. And when you don't want to take the proper steps to get over that addiction, you know, that addiction's always going to win you over.
Mm-hmm. I heard someone recently, Dr. Gabor Mate, he said, we're all addicted to something. Just some people, a very small percentage of people are addicted to a substance where we can actually see the manifestation of that addiction.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
It can be anything. It doesn't have to be a physical substance, you know. It can be porn. It can be photography. It can be anything. It doesn't always necessarily
Work.
have to be. Yes, the addiction
Success.
doesn't always have to be bad. Yes, yes, for sure.
Yeah, totally.
I do agree with that.
Well, I'm sorry you went through that.
Oh, that's quite okay. I mean, that's been, 10 years ago and all that, so I mean, it's all good now.
No. Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Stay good.
All right. We'll do a couple more guests. If you guys need to go to the bathroom, now's the time. We're going to bring Help Cakes on. Our favorite troll. W's in the chat for last guest. Help Cakes, you there? I'm going to go to the bathroom too. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, Help Cakes didn't join. WTF, Help Cakes? Accept my request, please. Demanding, are we? Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. Follow button's up there. We have 79 new followers tonight. Are there 20 more of you? Let's make it a nice round 100. Why? I don't know. It's a round number. I would have said 67, but we passed that, so we'll go for 100. How about 167? All right, let's take a guess. Hey there, what's going on?
Hey.
Are you 18 or over?
Yes,
All right. Is porn cheating?
absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, why is that?
Yes. Well, first of all, God said if you look on another woman with lust, you've already committed adultery in your heart with that woman.
Yeah, he did say
So-
that.
God said it's cheating.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else?
Well, it trains your body to have sex without intimacy, to where you can't have intimacy.
Can we time out? Can we talk about your accent real quick? Do you have an accent?
Well, to me, I
To you-
don't hear it, but
To
yeah,
you, it's not an accent.
No.
Where are you from?
Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. South Alabama.
South Alabama. Love that. All right. So why'd you want to come up here and chat?
Well, I really have a question for you
Okay.
that you may or may not be able to answer, but so I'm seeing I've dated people in the past that I found out they watch porn, but they all seem to have the same, like you can tell. Once you've dated someone or been married to someone that watches it, it's like you know the signs. Well, now I'm a Christian, and now I'm seeing somebody that hasn't in years, but there's still things and like just a way of thinking that I can tell there's still that lingering what they've learned through porn that sex is. And I'd like to know, does this ever, after a while of not watching porn, does the view of women or the ideal of what sex is and intimacy is, does it ever get better? Does that ever go away?
Great question. Great question. The brain science suggests that it's a 2 to 5 year process to rewire the brain back to normal once you engage a process of healing from a porn or sex addiction. So that's good news and bad news. The good news, well, the bad news is it's a 2 to 5 year process. The good news is it's possible. Okay. Now, results may vary. Consult your neuroscientist on that data. The study I'm pulling that from comes from a tool called the Conquer series. It's like 12 years old at this point. But yes, it's possible. Our brain forms neural pathways, and when we are engaged in a behavior or a process or we're developing habits, our brain grooves into in a certain way that makes that normal for us. And I'm obviously not a neuroscientist, so I'm pretending like I am right now to try to give you the science behind it. I'm trying to think of the word. Hold on. Where are my nerds out there? This is embarrassing.
It happens to me all the time.
It happens to the best of us. There's a word that describes the process the brain goes through where it rewires back to normal. Okay. So the question is, what is the person doing to intentionally work on this problem?
Honestly, we've discussed it. That's my first question out of my mouth when I start dating somebody. I want to know, do you watch porn? I mean, it's like the first real conversation. And he said at one time he did, but it's been years. He got saved. He doesn't watch it anymore.
Thank you, Danielle. Neuroplasticity. Our brains are neuroplastic. I knew I could count on you. Okay, so he said he got saved. He doesn't watch it anymore. Here's my question for you, which on one hand, I love that you make this an issue right out of the gate. Why is this such a big issue for you that right when you meet somebody, you're like, hey, let's talk about porn? What happened?
Because I know that it turns a man into a monster. I know what comes from a man addicted to porn, and he wants to live out what he's seeing in porn. He wants you to role play what he's seeing. And there's no intimacy at all. It's abuse, really.
Mm-hmm. Have you had
terrible.
Personal experience with that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have experience knowing what can happen to somebody who is habitually watching pornography, and you don't want to experience that again, is what I make of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So you're making an issue right out of the gate. Now, here's the thing is somebody like you're describing who says that they haven't watched it for some time, maybe they're telling the truth. Okay. But my question,
believe he is.
Yeah. My question would be, which is probably your question, what have you really done to heal on the inside and maybe look differently at your outlook on women, on sex, on relationships, on monogamy, on fidelity, on all of that? That's the bigger question. Quitting porn is easy. But what you probably want more than just somebody who wants porn is, I won't answer that for you. What do you really want besides just somebody who doesn't want porn? Or besides somebody who just doesn't watch porn?
A man who is loyal even in his mind, like that is not triggered every time he sees an attractive woman. And I mean, honestly, I even view movies that have nudity and sexuality in them, to me, that's soft porn. I mean, to me, that's wrong. But I want a man that just, you don't have to worry about every time you know what I'm saying? And that when there's intimacy, that he is really engaging intimately with you. Like it means something to him. And his mind isn't flashing everybody he's seen watching porn, you know?
Mm-hmm. So you want someone who has integrity with their commitment to you.
Yes.
Particularly as it comes to their eyes and how they're treating you intimately. And intimacy is not just sex, though sexual intimacy is part of intimacy. You want there to be a congruency there between what they're saying and what they're actually doing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So is it
a heart connection, not just a sex connection? You understand?
Yeah, totally. So the question to ask yourself, the question to invite him into is way beyond just, do you watch porn? Are you sure you don't watch porn anymore? Though that's an important question, can be. But how are we going to create this relationship that you're longing for? How are we going to create this relationship that we are longing for, assuming he's wanting the same thing?
Yeah. And he even said that he couldn't connect emotionally with women, like never really would be in love, and that he's begged God for a true godly, like a love for a woman that he's never had, because, like he wants to experience a true love for one woman too. You understand what I'm saying?
And up until this point in his life, he hasn't.
Because he's been all over the place with pornography. Even before we had cell phones, there were magazines,
How long has he been watching porn?
Well, I never asked that question, but apparently his whole life he's looked at magazines or, whenever he could.
And how old is he, roughly?
He's in his 50s.
All right, so let's say he's 50. He's used it his whole life. Average age of exposure is 13. Let's round that down to 10 for easy numbers. So, and when does he say he stopped?
Probably from when he got saved, I'd say it's probably been close to 10 years.
Close to 10 years. All right, so.
And I don't know if he had never, you know what I'm saying, in the 10 years if he hadn't had times.
Yeah, I got it. Let's just say 40 years of usage minus 10 years or since he was saved, so 30 years. So for 30 years, and I also just want to acknowledge I have no idea who this guy is. I'm not talking about this specific situation. I'm just drawing generalities based on what you're saying, okay? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for roughly 30 years, he used pornography. And he says he stopped, which will give him the benefit of the doubt that he did. My question is, what did he really do to heal what's going on beneath the surface? And for you, I'm curious, if you make porn an issue right out of the gate, why did you not ask him about his history with porn, like when he started watching it?
I really didn't think about when. He did talk about like when he was young and his daddy was a cowboy and all these men that worked on the ranch and how they used to think it was funny, grown men, like kind of messing with him, not physically, but I'm talking about women, him seeing things that, that they thought it was funny and cute. And so I know that it started as a little boy. Him seeing it at first,
Yeah, so there's something ingrained.
Yeah, but I didn't really think to ask him specifics, like details.
Yeah. Are you willing to dive into your sexual history with him and dive into his sexual history?
Yeah, as much as I know, there's no sexual history between me and him. Like, I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I got you.
Ever a future,
Yeah, and what I mean by that is just both of your stories with regard to sex. I mean, what I'm hearing, Carmen, is that's the pathway here. Is let's talk about that.
Okay.
Right, and by the way, there's a book called Unwanted by a guy named Jay Stringer, How Sexual Brokenness Reveals Our Way to Healing. Yeah, take a screenshot of that.
Okay.
And this book does come from a Christian worldview. And regardless of your faith orientation, I would recommend this book. Is, in my opinion, the best book on this topic of sexual brokenness. This would be a really good read for you, I think, Carmen.
Okay. Okay.
So what else?
I mean, I guess you're probably right. I need to look into my own. I don't know. I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, somebody else wanted to see it.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess my main question was, can their brains ever completely heal from it and not view women like that? Can they ever really experience real intimacy after being so trained by porn of how to view sex, you know?
I mean, yeah, there's always hope. There's always hope, but it
Right.
depends on what they do, right? My question for someone like that would be, and for anybody who says that they stopped, okay, well, you stopped porn, so what? What did you replace it with? Right? Somebody said we don't stop our addictions, we just replace it with something else. I think Jordan Peterson said that, and that's not a bad thing. It's like we can replace it with good things.
Yeah.
Like healthy connection, healthy relationships. Have I read this book, KJ? Yes, I've read this book a few times. It's a very good book. All right, well, thanks for sharing, Carmen.
Thank you for answering me.
And thank you for blessing us with your accent.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Reviving Nikki, you're on the third go-around of reading Unwanted. It's so good. W's in the chat for our guests and for Nikki reading Unwanted 3 times. Good for you. You know, I used to just read Unwanted at people on TikTok. I should probably do that again. Can I pop in really quick? Sure. Came late. What was the book? It's called Unwanted. Hey there, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm good.
Are
I just
you
wanna
18
say,
or
I agree with
over?
Yeah, I'm about to be 26.
Oh, you're so much older than 18 with that voice.
I just wanted to say the prompt, I agree with it. I'm almost 26. I've never watched porn. I don't see the need to watch another man.
You've never watched porn ever?
No.
Ever?
Unless it's homemade.
Okay. So you've watched homemade porn, but never gone and seeked out porn from porn sites or OF or anything like that?
No.
All right. So for anybody who thinks that it's not possible that someone's never watched porn, which almost, there's like an asterisk next to it. Okay. But this guy has claimed to never have watched pornography on the internet.
I've never went out seeking to watch it, but like as far as social media, it pops up on Twitter. You can't avoid it. It's just what you see. But I've never went on the internet.
All right, bro. So you have watched porn?
I haven't. How would I even?
That's like saying I've never had a Twinkie, but one time I tripped and fell and a Twinkie went down the hatch.
No, I didn't go into delve into it. I'm talking about like scrolling on Twitter and you just see it in passing. I've never watched a video.
You didn't like tap on it and then watch it?
No, I just feel like it's weird to watch other men get their rocks off.
Okay. All right. Got it. So you didn't deliberately go seeking it out?
No. My
Okay.
whole reason for coming up was
go ahead.
Just to say that you sound very similar to Seth Rogen.
I get that all the time.
It's like eerily similar. But
yeah, I get that all the time. All right.
But,
all right. So that's it?
Yeah.
That's all you wanted to share?
Yeah, that was all.
Okay. All right. Well, congrats on never seeking out pornography.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care.
You too.
I love that that's all you wanted to say. Do I really sound that? I feel like Seth Rogen has a much deeper voice than I do. I don't think my voice is that deep. But I don't know. I do. The laugh, though. The laugh is what gives it away, I think. Do the laugh. I can't just do the laugh. All right, this may be the last guest. Evie, hey there.
Hi.
Hi. I'm getting an echo.
Hi.
Bad echo. Sorry, can't do it. We'll do another one. Someone said you look like Dean from Supernatural, and I see it. You know what else someone said? This was not too long ago, that I look like Ryan Reynolds with a missing chromosome. And I took that as a compliment. He's a handsome fella. You sound like Seth Rogen if he was more serious. When are your classes for women's betrayal? You got time? My women's betrayal support group is on Tuesday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're interested in my coaching groups, it's a great place to heal together in community because healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. You can go to the link in my bio to sign up for that or schedule a call, or you can just join it. You're welcome. We'd love to have you. And this is what one time I had a woman join the group and I said, "Hi, I'm so glad you're here." And then some of the other women were like, "Really, Austin? You're glad she's here?" So now I never say that again. I have never said that again. What I say is, two things can be true. I'm sorry you're here, and I'm glad you're here. Sorry that you're in this situation, and I'm glad that you're doing something about it and seeking out healing. And the same goes to the men in my groups too. By the way, behind every man who's struggling with an unwanted sexual behavior is a story that's dying to be told. There is always a reason why we do the things we do. For most men, we're exposed to pornography by the age of 13, at an age when our brains are not developed and can't even handle the things that we're seeing. And it forms our brain and it imprints on us in a way that we have zero awareness when we're young. And so for men who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, struggling with pornography and thinking, what is wrong with me, having the shame that can be associated with it, just consider that there was something you were trying to escape from when you were younger. And pornography was the tool of choice, or a tool of choice, that served a purpose to help you get through that season. That's not an excuse. It's not excusing the behavior, but it's trying to draw you into an awareness that maybe there's something deeper going on. Think about it. I have opinions. Can I come up? I super don't care. Okay. All right, we'll bring on one more guest. One more, because I need to go to bed. Who shall it be? Who shall it be? I'm going to randomly pick. Oh, music girl. Close my eyes and I picked. It was you. Are you 18 or over?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right. Is you okay? Hold on. Let me read what you said. You have opinions, and you super don't care if they watch it within reason. And you got your camera on. Hi there. I'm Austin. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Okay. So a couple things. I think if you're, I assume you're a Christian.
Why?
I'm pretty sure you quoted the whole like, oh, if you look lustfully at a woman, you committed adultery in your heart.
Yeah, somebody said that verse, and I affirmed that is what Jesus said. Are you a Christian?
I don't really know what I believe anymore, to be honest with you. Okay, so a couple things. One, my his ex-wife, caught him when they were married, right? And she said to him, you watch porn, you cheat on me, I cheat on you in real life. And then boom, marriage over. And I don't know. It's just, if you're going to use the logic that porn is cheating, then you get to divorce them over it. Right?
You're asking me if somebody else can choose to divorce someone over pornography?
what I am saying is,
Sure, somebody could choose that. Why not?
If we're equating these two actions in the exact same category, most of the time when people cheat, the marriage fails. But we're not treating porn the same way. And so I'm saying why, and I think the reason is I don't think they're morally the same. But also for me, at least how I feel about it, I don't care. Like I didn't even get it, to be honest with you. Like when I caught my ex-boyfriend, I like walked in on him, pointed, laughed, walked out. Like I just didn't give a shit. Where I think it starts to matter is how often you're doing it. I kind of see it like alcohol. Like if you can indulge every now and again, fine, whatever, don't give a shit. But if it's like all the time, hours and hours on end, like you're an actual addict, then it becomes a problem because like, I don't know if I'm sure you know, but like PID can become an issue. Like if it's actually gonna, I guess what happens is like, if it affects my sex life, then I'm gonna get pissed off. But if you can do it and that's your thing and whatever, and then you're fine with me, then I'm chill. I only care if it actually affects our sex life.
Okay.
Why, is that not the average female response to does it piss girls off?
I don't know. Ask the chat. Yeah,
What are your quiet?
I get all sorts of responses to this question. Some girls say what you're saying, others don't. Okay. Why am I quiet? What are you trying to provoke here? What's this about for
I'm
you?
not trying to. What are your thoughts on what I just said? Because I just said a lot.
I actually don't think you've said very much at all. You said a lot of words, but I don't think a lot was said.
Okay. Well, I did say some things. What are your thoughts on what I have said?
What are my thoughts on what you have said?
Just normal conversation, anyways.
I don't know what to make of what you're saying.
Okay.
What a thought that went through my head when you described walking in on your partner watching porn, and you're kind of like, yeah, whatever. Fine, do whatever you want to do. The thought that went through my head is like, I don't believe for a second that that's actually what you actually feel. That's just my opinion.
Okay, here's the thing. I used to find it funny, which is fucked up. I used to find it funny. So I like walked in, pointed, laughed, walked out.
Okay,
And then it wasn't until I got older, where I had other experiences where I could kind of see like, oh, actually, this is a much darker thing than I thought that it was. But when I was in my young 20s, I just thought it was funny.
Okay. And what do you think now?
I think that there's porn, right? And then there's porn, right? Like there's indulging every now and again. Again, same thing with alcohol. Like if you can have a drink every now and again, fine, whatever. But if you're indulging, I think that it can warp the mind in some really, really unhealthy ways.
Okay.
But it matters how often, how much, what type.
Okay. Do you think that women's bodies should be a marketplace for commerce to be transacted?
I mean, obviously, like, no.
Why is that obvious?
Okay, here's the thing. I think that, especially, again, I'm assuming you're Christian,
Why are you assuming that?
because nobody gives a shit about this other than Christians.
That's not true.
A lot.
There's an organization called fightthenewdrug.org, which is
Yes.
the largest, most outspoken organization against pornography, and it is a secular organization. There's also a book called The Porn Myth. That's a secular argument on why pornography
And there
is
are
not healthy.
secular reasons. There are secular reasons not to overindulge, just like there are secular reasons not to overindulge.
Should a woman's body be a marketplace for commerce to be transacted?
If she says yes, then yes, but not non-consensually.
Got it.
Like, I think prostitution should be legal. I think that you should be able to, like, if you want to sell your body, great. But like, I don't think it's the healthiest thing in the world to be like aggressively staring at a woman. That'll make a woman uncomfortable. Like, don't do things that make people uncomfortable. However, if you have already put your body on the internet, you're giving consent in a way, you know?
So what's this about for you?
I do not like the aggressive black and white. Again, I'm assuming you're a Christian. I come from a Christian background. I don't like the aggressive black and white perspective on morality. I think things need to be much more nuanced. I also hate how the conversation is only ever geared towards men when 30% of women watch. And I think it's really disgusting that we just, especially within the church, completely ignore women in that aspect. And I also, my brain is wired differently. I think there's a level to which I just don't understand why women react the way that they react. So it's curiosity and frustration.
The way that women react to what?
I never understood the whole porn is cheating perspective. That like I said, like I didn't even see darkness. I didn't even see.
Well,
it as a
okay,
dark
you said you
thing
grew up in a
until-
religious context. So why, from that context, from that worldview, why would one draw that conclusion?
Draw which conclusion?
That porn would be cheating.
Because you're basing it off of that fucking verse. That if you look at a woman lustfully, you're cheating in your heart or whatever.
Okay, and what does that mean? What does that fucking verse mean?
It means what it means. I think Jesus was saying, like, oh, hey, Pharisees, you think that you can keep the law. Just kidding, you can't actually. Let me show you just how difficult the law is to keep.
Okay. What about the heart issue that may be going on inside somebody who's lusting? The condition of the heart.
What? I mean, then you literally kind of can go into a place of, like, attraction is sin. And I don't believe that. Like, I believe that you can be attracted to somebody while being married to somebody else, and that's not sin. Like, that's just...
But that's not what we're talking about.
I mean, it kind of is.
Look, how long have you been watching this? Some guy before started talking about the Mongolian Empire or something like that. It's like, that's not what we're talking about. What do you think the heart condition could be that lust might draw somebody into?
You're a human being with a sex drive. I don't think there's a heart condition there. You're just a
Okay.
human.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
All right,
it's
so
hunger.
let's
It's-
look at pornography.
It's like hunger. It's like you gotta don't be a glutton. Like don't I don't know. Just like eat. Learn how to control your hunger.
Learn how to control your hunger. All right, so at what point pornography, one of the reasons why it can be easy to make these arguments for pornography is that we're physically separated from where the act is taking place.
So
Okay.
I'm not
Hold on.
I'm not arguing for it.
I didn't say you are.
Okay.
What are you arguing for?
a more nuanced perspective. I think the conversation needs to
And
be
who are you pointing that toward? Are you pointing that towards me? You're wanting me to have a more nuanced perspective?
if you believe porn is cheating, then yeah.
Okay.
But
So
I
where would you like me, based on what I've said here tonight, where are you wanting me to be drawn into more nuance based on what I've said, not your assumptions on whatever it is that I remind you of?
do you have a premise of porn is cheating? Do you believe that?
Do I have a premise of porn is cheating?
Is your argument is the premise porn is cheating? Is that what you believe?
I believe if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, I only have eyes for you as my partner. If you've said something like that in a committed monogamous relationship and you go against that, I believe you have violated the agreement that you have made and therefore you have cheated.
So do you believe that if you check somebody's ass out while you're in the supermarket, that that's like porn and you have cheated because you were married?
Define that.
You check them out, nice ass. Like that's what goes through your brain.
So lusting after somebody else who's not your wife, lingering with lustful intent, consuming somebody for your own sexual benefit.
Not even like, oh, just
It's
like,
important. You got to nuance it out.
Okay, fine. Like looking at a woman and being like, damn, that's a nice butt.
Somebody who's not my wife.
You're not married to.
Lusting
Like,
after, craving, wanting to consume, wanting to get
Sure,
some sort
yeah,
of sexual
sure.
benefit out of.
Sure,
Okay.
yes. So you believe that's cheating.
I'm not gonna okay, as much as you think that you're wanting to draw into nuance, I don't know that you're actually there. That's just my experience of you. So I'm not gonna answer black and white questions with you. I don't think that makes sense. Here's how I'll answer it. Here's how I will answer it. I don't think that would be honoring to my wife.
And I don't think, well, okay.
It's hard when you think you're putting me in this dogmatic black and white
No,
box, but I'm actually not there.
Well, you're helping me think. You're helping me think.
Well, you're welcome.
Because in terms of like, is watching porn while you're in a monogamous relationship honoring to the other person? And I think I would say it just depends on what your agreement is between the two of you.
That's exactly what I said. If a qualifying word, if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person, and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. If you deviate from that with a person on a screen or otherwise, I believe you've gone against the agreement and you've therefore cheated.
However, different couples define monogamy in different ways.
So let's go back to the first word of the statement. If you're in a committed monogamous relationship. So if you're not in a committed monogamous relationship, then the whole rest of the statement is null and void. Because you wouldn't be agreeing to a standard of monogamy.
But again, I'm asking, how are you defining monogamy? Because some people...
Mono means one. Gamy means person.
Right. But I guess I'm trying to say that like some people would consider it's still monogamous to indulge in porn, but only...
Well, here's what I say to that. And I'm not going to try to pull out the definition of monogamy. You know, I believe the spirit of monogamy is it's implying something physical. Okay. But here's what I'd say. You may not be as monogamous as you think if you're going and consuming a bunch of people lustfully with your eyes. What is this about for you? I'm so curious about that.
It's exactly what it's exactly what I told you it's about. Okay. It is the frustration that...
So you have church hurt. What happened?
No, all of this was way before any of that.
Okay.
What?
You said it earlier. You put a different word on it.
I think one, this is about the fact that women are like women's lust or whatever you want to call it, completely ignored. Women and their issues with corn, completely ignored when 30% indulge. And I think that there needs to be, especially if you're a believer, real conversations about that. I think that's
if you need to
horrifying
read these
because-
books, The Great Sex Rescue
Okay,
and
that is a good book.
The Marriage You Want.
The Great Sex Rescue actually is a good book.
I know. It's talking about exactly what you're talking about. The orgasm gap. How women report far lower orgasm percentage, especially amongst married Christian couples.
Right. I hate that women are completely ignored in that sphere, and that it's basically like, oh, men want this, men want this, men want this, but women don't. I think that narrative really, really fucked me up growing up. Like I was made to feel like a complete psychopath for just having normal sex.
Yeah, so something happened when you were growing up that the environment you were in, something you learned was that whatever was going on for you sexually was not okay in the system that you grew up in.
Yeah, I just wasn't allowed to like develop. I didn't develop normally because of some of the stuff that was taught within the church.
Yeah, that sucks. Learning about sex in church is like going to culinary school and only learning about food poisoning.
Yeah. So that's a part of what it is for me. And then I already told you, I think that there is a my mind doesn't. It's just a little different than most females, and I just don't get it. I don't understand the jealousy. I don't understand the frustration. Like I'm just trying to. I would like to understand a little bit better. You know, no, I don't want to feel anything that they feel. Because
I got it. Well, why do you think a woman might feel some sort of discomfort? If especially if they're married and they made vows with their partner, why do you think that she might feel some sort of negative emotions if her husband is spending part of his time, masturbating while fantasizing about and watching other women on the internet have sex? Why do you think a woman might find that concerning?
They're insecure?
Because they're insecure. Okay. So you believe for a woman who's married in a committed monogamous relationship, if her husband were to go, usually it happens in secret behind her back, if he were to go masturbate and fantasize about other women on the internet, and she has negative feelings because of that, you're saying that's because she is insecure.
I think that could be a piece of it, because you're like, oh, why am I not enough for him? Like that type of emotion. But
Somebody said she's trying to clip you probably being religious, and she's in the wrong place for all that. Yeah, you're not going to get the clip you want here.
No, I'm just having a conversation. Like, why do people assume I have all of these like motives? Like,
I don't know. Do you want to ask them? Are you interested? No? Okay. All right, that's fine. We won't ask them then.
I'm talking to you. I care what you think.
All right.
Right?
Why do you think that people might assume certain motives from you? What is it about the way that you have presented here where you think people might think that?
I have a neurodivergent brain. I have ADHD, and so I just don't think in the way that most people think. And so when you encounter people that think differently than you, instead of listening to what's coming out of their mouths, I think that people like to create narratives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, just listen to what comes out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm. You've indicated a few times you feel different, particularly from other women. Like your brain operates differently. When did you start feeling that way?
I think always.
Always?
Yeah.
What's that like for you?
It's hard. Yeah, it's really hard. It means connecting with men. I prefer to be around just like secular men for the most part. And I think that that is really exhausting, because not that men and women can't be friends, but you do have to navigate the whole, I don't know, like I would like to have deep female friends, and I think sometimes that's harder for me. I also just grew up around a lot of dudes. I was just socialized around men 24/7. And I think that like the sporty neighborhood kid or whatever, right? And I think that has just impacted the softness and the ability to connect. Women also, so I don't know how much you know about ADHD, but I have a very difficult time picking up on social cues that aren't direct. I have a very hard time picking up on social cues that aren't just straight up verbal. And women tend to communicate, as just an overgeneralization, women tend to communicate in ways that are much less direct than men. So.
Yeah, and I hear you. I mean, that must be really hard, given the way that you're wired and what your experience has been.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
What do you mean, what else?
I don't know.
What is this conversation about for you? Like, why? Why have it?
This conversation with you, or this conversation in general that I facilitate online?
Let's go both.
Well, I'm Austin. I'm a coach. I create conversation about porn and sex addiction, and I help people heal and restore their relationships and heal from unwanted sexual behavior and betrayal trauma.
Betrayal
trauma. The trauma that somebody experiences when they discover a betrayal.
And do you find that women feel that way after discovering their partner watches porn?
Yeah, it's called partner betrayal trauma. The trauma that a partner experiences after discovering a betrayal. And I create conversation and awareness on TikTok and other platforms. And I think when we begin talking about porn and sex and human sexuality, it's amazing the places that conversation can take us. Like one of my favorite authors, Jay Stringer, says, it's how sexual brokenness reveals our way to healing. This conversation about porn and sex can just reveal the parts of us that may need attention. So generally, that's what I do. What is this conversation about with me and you? I don't know. And you said you like directness. I do too, by the way.
In love, though, there's a way to be direct in love.
Sure.
And I'm more when I'm talking direct, I'm more like with roommates, I prefer like, hey woman, your dishes are in the sink, clean it up, instead of passive aggressive, that type of thing. I've had experiences where I've told people, "Ooh, I love directness," and then they're like, "Let me tell you everything that I think is wrong about you."
Yeah, I got you.
I did not ask.
There's kindness sometimes isn't saying the most popular thing, but it's truth and love sometimes. I'm just experiencing from you a lot of pain and masked behind something. I don't know exactly what that is. I think my experience of you has been this really tough. You said something about softness, about maybe not having as much softness. So the inverse of that, hardness or callousness, I see that. And there's something beneath the surface that I imagine is really tender, but it's beneath this thick shell. I don't know what that is, and we're not here to figure that out. But the way that you have come across here, it's like, okay, what is this about for you? And there's something there, clearly.
I mean, I Christian sex education fundamentally destroyed my life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't need to super get into that, but yeah, the way that I was raised when it came to this stuff destroyed me.
Okay. Can I just ask you, what do you notice about your body's response to you naming that?
Tears? I don't know. What?
Hmm?
Just tears? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, those words are very strong. Christian sex education destroyed my life. That is a strong statement. I believe you, by the way.
Yeah, and especially if you're in a Christian environment, the gaslighting around it, when you say stuff like that, is exhausting to deal with, because it's like, oh, like you poisoned me, and I know you poisoned me, but you're gonna point the finger at me and tell me I'm the problem, and it's
Bullshit.
really
It's absolute bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, totally.
It's also unnecessary.
Yep.
Like, I would have been so much better if they had just said nothing.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm glad there's people like Sheila doing the work, you know?
Mm-hmm. Sheila's very good. Are you familiar with Jay Stringer or Adam Young or Dan Allender
No.
or Kathy Lorzell?
No.
They're all Sheila's friends, colleagues. Look, your story is not unique. Okay, the church and Christian circles have not done a lot of favors educating people, particularly since the 90s, certainly before that, but the purity culture movement of the 90s and all that, terrible. And it has really jacked a lot of people up, myself included. And I see that for you, and I know that there's so much more beneath the surface. I feel that for you. For those of you asking who Sheila is, she's the author of The Great Sex Rescue, Sheila Wray Gregory. So, Music Girl, look, I feel for you. There's a lot there. I will answer your question, though. Am I a Christian? Short answer is yes. The long answer is, and the way I typically answer it is define Christian, because I have asked people to define that for me, and they've given me wild answers.
Sure.
And if you want to put me in a box because I'm saying I'm a Christian, that's fine. But I believe really more what I am is a follower of Jesus and his teachings, the way that he intended them to be, not the way that humans have got it wrong for centuries.
Right. Is that like Protestant, evangelical? Like, what would you?
I don't do those. I don't do those. That's way too confusing. I can't keep track of them.
Fair enough.
You know way more about Christianity than I do.
Yeah, I wish I didn't, to be honest with you. But whatever, there's some deity out there that cares about us. It's about all I got anymore. Okay, so books that you like. Do you mind DMing me like a couple books that that are healing?
If you DM me, I will respond, but I'm not going to go track you down and DM you.
That's fair.
Look, I cannot underscore enough. I see the religious. I'm going to call it religious trauma. You may not use that word.
No, it's
okay?
religious trauma.
I see that religious trauma. Okay, and that sucks. All right. And where are you at with your faith? Where do you end up with your faith? I don't know. But what I would invite you to consider is that maybe there's more to the story than what you have been exposed to. And how and when does that story unfold for you? I don't know. If I could recommend one book, it would be Unwanted by Jay Stringer. How sexual brokenness reveals our way to healing. Jay Stringer's a therapist, a former pastor, a researcher now. He does. I went to a conference that him and Sheila did in Phoenix here back in May. Sheila and Jay are counterparts in a lot of things. You will probably have to put this book down a lot as you're reading it, because you're going to get triggered by not only the religious stuff, but potentially the sexual stuff. I don't know your sexual history, but there'll probably be things that want you to toss this book. However, I think you in particular, it'll be really refreshing for you to hear somebody like Jay Stringer talk about porn and sex in the church in the way that he does.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you DM me, I'll send you a message back with the name of the book and a link.
Maybe a couple books. And even a couple books to just kind of like peruse through would be cool. But
Sure, I can do that. I mean, start there. The second one is Adam Young, Make Sense of Your Story.
and I have much what am I trying to say? I have Pentecostal Christian trauma where they told me if I did things like demons would come torture me. And then I started like hallucinating spirits after being with people. That's my trauma. For the purity culture stuff, for the most part, I rolled my eyes at and thought was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But I got sent to like exorcisms and stuff. Like it's the Pentecostal stuff, which is much more rare.
Yeah.
So, good times.
Yeah, that sounds really complex. What do you do for a living?
I was a radio DJ for a little while. And
I bet you were great at that.
yeah, it was great. Incredible. Life blew up, and now I'm trying to figure out the next move.
Mhm.
I don't know what's next, to be honest. Just living out of savings right now. It's hell.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of me that would like to, if it's not triggering, I have thought about wanting to do religious trauma coaching just because of how much the church messed me up. So, putting that pain to good use, and plus I don't know what else to do with my life.
Well, you can absolutely do that. You'll be more effective. And I'm not saying this to indicate you're not on a path to healing, but you'll be the most effective the more you can heal through your story and be in tune with your story.
Right. I think my concern with religious trauma, with going into that as a career, would be sometimes you just want to heal and move on and not just talk about all that stuff constantly, you know?
Yeah, totally. You got it. Are you familiar with the book The Wounded Healer by Henry Nouwen?
No.
Check that one out. It's a good one. But read
All
Unwanted
right.
first. All right.
Thank you for this.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. All right. W's in the chat for our guest. Ruby, hello. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Help Cakes. All right. Help Cakes. Bring us home here. Hello?
Hello?
Help Cakes. How's it going?
Well, it's okay. I mean, my wife's a little angry.
Oh, why is she angry?
Remember I told you I took 2 days off?
Yeah, I remember.
I fell off the wagon.
Help Cakes. What happened?
Well, I was on my phone. And,
Hold on. Who's T Gonzo? Who are you? Oh, T Gonzo. Oh, okay, I know who you are. Okay, you're on your phone. What happened?
And I was just scrolling around.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden I got this sudden urge. And I grabbed the sock, and the rest is history.
Sock! Bro, just get rid of all your socks, man. The socks are the problem.
Yeah, I told you I bought a whole shitload of them on Amazon.
I know, but they've got a great return policy. They'll take anything back.
Really?
Yeah, really, I've done it. I've returned a lot of stuff to Amazon.
You ever used them?
Not socks, no. Mostly like technology gear and stuff, and kids crap.
Well, my wife's in the other room. She's pretty angry at me.
Oh, could I talk to her?
Yeah, let me get her.
Okay.
Honey? Come in.
Oh, hey, Mrs. Hopcakes, how's it going?
Hi.
So, what happened?
He fell off the wagon.
He fell off I heard he fell off the wagon. The socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I tried to forgive him, but it never stops.
Never stops. I'm sorry that you're going through that.
I told him to watch your show, and
Yeah.
I know he watches it.
He always watches it.
But then he goes and does bad things again.
I know. That must be devastating for you.
It's hard.
Kind of like the
I
socks.
spoke to our rabbi, and he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He did a little blessing.
Oh, really? Did that help?
Not really.
Oh, man. What is it going to take? We got to get this guy some help.
He even spoke about us on Friday night at Temple.
Really?
Yes,
Okay. And how'd that go?
it was embarrassing.
You were embarrassed? Yeah, that must have been humiliating.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then after, when we had coffee and cake, everybody was asking us questions.
What kind of cake was it?
Kosher?
Kosher cake? All right. Well, is he there? Can I talk to him again?
Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Oh, hey, Helpcakes. How's it going?
Okay.
Helpcakes. She sounds really disappointed.
She is. She thought I had changed. I thought I was a changed man. Going 48 hours. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a serial M-baiter.
Maybe. Well, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I might need to go away to do you have a camp I could go to?
Do I have a camp you could go to?
Yeah, maybe for a week.
What kind of camp?
No more porn camp?
No more porn camp. That's a great idea. I should have one. You know what? I'm going to make a camp just for you, Helpcakes.
Okay, can we do it in Pennsylvania? In the Poconos?
Sure, why not?
That'd be nice. Get swimming.
Yeah.
And, horseback riding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always wanted to go there. All right, Helpcakes. Well, hey, until then, get rid of the socks and try not to fall off the wagon, okay? Put your seatbelt on, man.
Okay, I'll try.
All right. All right, Helpcakes. Thanks for sharing.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye. W's in the chat for Helpcakes. For those of you who are confused, he's a troll. He's a troll, okay? If you didn't figure that out, that's on you. He comes on every night. And it's the best. Him and his wife. His wife's always there too. I don't think they ever leave each other's side. Helpcakes, man. There's a lot of loyal viewers here, but bro, you're right up there at the top. If I were to look at, I don't even think I can look at who, an individual person that watches me the most, but bro, you've got to be up there. And I would love to have a conversation with you, man. For real. Go schedule one with me. Links in my bio. All right, guys, everybody. Great being with you all tonight. My name is Austin Hamilton. I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching both for men struggling with unwanted sexual behavior as well as women dealing with partner betrayal trauma. If you're interested in healing together in community, what's up, Jax? Healing together in community. We have a great Zoom group, Zoom meeting on Tuesday nights and Wednesday afternoons, both for men and women who may be struggling through this whole sexual conversation and wanting healing. It's a great place to heal together in community. I also do one-on-one coaching, both for individuals and couples, If you want to schedule a private offline call with me that will not be posted on TikTok, you can go to the link in my bio and schedule a discovery call. $1 for a 30-minute call. And that's just designed so we can see where you're at, if I might be able to help or point you in another direction. So, great being with you all tonight. Give me a follow if you don't follow me already. And make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. So, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.